What is up, guys? It is Chantel here, and today we are going to be talking about some creepy serial killers. For any of you that don't know, which I guess that's pretty much everyone, I am obsessed to the point where it's weird with like crime, serial killers, and like case files and stuff. So I thought we should go through a couple of them and see if you guys enjoy it. Also, you can comment down below and give me names of serial killers that you want me to talk about. So yeah, we're going to go straight ahead and get into the first case. Cool. So, our first one is called the Angel of Death, okay? His name is Charles Cullen, okay? And honestly, I read this, the first time I read this story, I was like, this is my worst nightmare. So, basically, he was someone in the army, okay? He went in the army when he was 17. And basically, he went to do like the fight and stuff, but then realised he wanted to do more of the nursing side, like helping people. So I'm just going to read a little bit about him, just so you guys get an idea. So, few people could have appeared out of step with their surroundings. Cullen worked for 16 years at hospitals in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, during which time he admitted to killing as many as 40 patients. Okay, so this is after the army. It's going to make sense in a minute because I'm going to tell you. But basically, after the army, during the army, he put on like doctor's clothes. So people saw him in the doctor's clothes and like transferred him and were like, hang on a minute, you're a doctor, so you should be doing this. But he wasn't. He just pretended to be a doctor, okay? So, police suspected he could have given drug overdoses to as many as 400 elderly patients, which would make him the worst serial killer even in North America. But due to lack of evidence, this figure may never be confirmed. Okay, so basically, he went into hospital work and basically gave his patients more medicine than they needed, like an overdose, right? For no reason at all. Can I just say that is my worst nightmare, okay? Hospitals are scary enough on their own. If I went to a hospital and found out that someone like in the bed next to me or in the room next to me had died from an overdose or something like that, it's my worst nightmare. Oh my god. Because that's terrifying. I mean, we go to hospitals to get like help and it's safe, you know. You don't ever expect to, have someone like that in your hospital while you're sick. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, but basically the police were like onto him at this point, right? So Charles Cullen, so this is a bit about the signs. This is a bit about why maybe he would have killed all those people, although there's not really an excuse for something like that. But yeah, let's get into it. So, Charles Cullen was a shy and unhappy child, the youngest of 8 children. He was born in West Orange, New Jersey, on the 22nd of February 1960. So, his father, a bus driver, died when he was only 7 months old, and 2 of his siblings passed away while he was still young. Okay, so he had a lot of death in his family. Later on, also, his mum dies in a car crash, which is weird. Get into that in a sec. But I guess people dying around you does affect you a lot, but you can either, like, to me, you can either choose to, like, deal with it and get on to the next stage of your life, or you can, like, hang on to it and go crazy. Because if that was me, I would definitely go crazy. Like, not crazy serial killer crazy, because, But I would definitely be like, that does a lot to you. Emotionally, that is a lot. Like, I kind of feel sorry for him. No, not really. I kind of feel a little bit sorry for him because I can't imagine losing that many people in your family in like the space of 3 years. It's just crazy. If you've ever lost someone, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what it's like when you lose somebody. Okay, so the danger signs were there from an early age. When he was 9, Cullen tried to take his Cullen.
Charles.
Charles, let's go with that. Charles tried to take his own life by swallowing the contents of a chemistry set. What? Okay, so that's not that abnormal if you think about, like, he hasn't killed anybody yet. This is him as a kid. This is him as 9 years old. But loads of people have died in his family. So I would be on the bridge of suicide as well. Like that's a lot for someone. Alright, so that's not too abnormal at the moment. Later, he told police he tried to commit suicide on at least 20 separate occasions. And it says here in brackets, it says, though it would only have taken one attempt had he shown the same shabby expertise he used to dispatch his mainly aged victims. So he's clever. That's another thing we learn. Okay, so they're saying the stuff he used, the techniques. What am I saying? So basically, the method he used to kill people. God. So basically, the method he used to kill people was so good, like they died so quickly, he could have committed suicide anytime he wanted, like with the first try. But he did it 20 times and didn't commit suicide, which is very weird. Okay, in 5th grade, he revealed the depth of his adolescent angst, which basically means him growing up and his mind process when growing up, basically. So he said he has an unpublished book called Infinity Years We'll Never Know. That's so creepy when you know his backstory and you know he killed loads of people. Okay. It was about growing up in a world devoid of meaning, and he begun compulsively reading and rereading Dostoevsky's that's a really big Russian name that I can't pronounce properly. Crime and Punishment, which details the mental torment of a student who commits murder. Okay, so he was already reading about murder and like looking at other people that murdered people, so that's like a big sign that he's going crazy. Okay, bizarre behaviour. Okay, psychologists say Cullen killed to relieve stress. And this does seem to be borne out by the facts. Okay, accused of domestic violence, he murdered 3 elderly women by giving them overdoses of the heart medication digoxin. Okay? Faced with a lie detector test to show he had not neglected his children or abused alcohol in their presence, he killed 85-year-old Mary Natoli. 85. That's crazy. Okay, after the social workers recommended all visits to his children be supervised, he killed Helen Dean, 91, who was recovering from surgery from colon cancer. So she was a 91-year-old recovering from cancer and he killed her. Her son Larry recalled a thin male nurse entering the room and telling him to leave. When Larry returned, his mother said he stuck me, and showed him an injection mark on her thigh. Next day, she grew ill and died. Cullen's behaviour grew more bizarre. Neighbours talked about him chasing cats down the street at the dead of night, muttering to himself and making faces. He harassed and stalked a fellow nurse when she turned down his offer of an engagement ring after just one date. In every hospital where he worked, Cullen aroused suspicions. He was fired from one for stealing vials of medicine. Okay, so if you know this guy is stealing medicine, why not do something about it? I mean, that's a big sign to the police. But we'll keep reading. So, at Somerset Medical Centre, New Jersey, computer records show Cullen was accessing the records of patients he was not assigned to, as well as... Oh, okay, so he was changing patients' records without being assigned to them. Okay, so he was changing shit in people's records that he wasn't supposed to touch, basically. Alright, so Jin Kyung Han, slaughtered that name, a 40-year-old cancer patient, went into cardiac arrest. Doctors were surprised to find high levels of digoxin in her system, despite the fact they had taken her off the drug. Cullen was fired from Somerset on the 31st of October 2003 for falsifying his job application, but he remained under surveillance. And on the 12th of December, he was arrested and charged with the murder of Father Florina Gall, a 68-year-old Roman Catholic priest who died from a digoxin overdose, as well as the attempted murder of Han. So now they've caught him. Now they know that it's him. Okay. That's crazy. So on the 2nd of March 2006, Cullen was sentenced to 11 consecutive, butchered that, life sentences for the murder of 22 and the attempted murder of 3 persons in New Jersey. This will make him eligible for parole after 397 years in jail. Okay, that's crazy. So he got caught. He got like crazy amount of life sentences and 397 years in jail. So basically, the people got justice. Although the family of the people that he killed probably still suffered a lot after he was put in jail. But yeah, crazy story. Okay, so this is the first of one. This is the kill me. So yeah, this is the first video I'm doing on serial killers, guys. So basically what I'm going to do is comment down below what serial killers you want me to talk about. Comment if you liked it, like, subscribe, whichever you want. Stay cool, you guys, and have fun doing whatever you're doing today or tonight, wherever you are. Peace.